So, hey everyone, what's going on? This is Joachim Comic Center, and this is gonna be our monthly wrap-up video for all the books that I read in May. And this is the worst number yet, for me personally. So, for you that don't know, I have recently just moved an apartment from one town to the other. I'm actually back in my old apartment now, which I lived in from 2 years ago. I'm now living with someone. We have refurbished everything, new furniture, new wallpaper, and still the same cat, but still, you can't change everything. I'm just gonna try to make this video now and trying this new setup and everything. I have some overview type of idea. I think you can see my feet actually in this shot, so I don't know how good of an idea this really is, but I'm trying new stuff all the time and trying to add a new flavor to the videos. But this video is sort of your all monthly kind of cookie cutter video. It's gonna basically be the books that I've read the recent month. What makes this one special is that I didn't even read half of the usual number that I do read, and that is because of the move and finishing off exams and everything. And I can tell you now, this day when this is uploaded, it's done. I am job hunting and I'm fixing up my portfolio, and I'm also working 75% at my old daytime job at the local store. And yeah, that's the situation for now. And now I just want to talk comic books. So let's start off with the pile that's right in front of the camera, probably, because I didn't think of this setup. We're gonna try to perfect this with time. But I'm just gonna grab their first book, and that is the All-Star Superman by Grant Morrison and Frank Whiteley. This is a reread for me, the second time I've read it, and this is definitely a book that I'm going to keep in my collection. I don't know why I've taken so long to reread Grant Morrison's one of his finest works, and that is truly the All-Star Superman story. Frank Whiteley's work, I have a love-hate relationship with. I don't think it works with everything, but when it works, it works very well. Another example, not only for All-Star Superman, is of course Grant Morrison's Batman and Robin run with Dick Grayson and Damian Wayne as the main characters. With the All-Star Superman Absolute Edition, you get a 12-issue maxi series that surrounds the last days of Superman. What would the Man of Tomorrow do today if he knew that his time was actually running out? It's a fantastic story with different obstacles that he goes through, and of course Lex Luthor is also involved with this heavily. You get Lois Lane, Perry White, Jimmy Olsen, all of those characters within that has been important within his life. Of course, Ma and Pa Kent, and yeah, we even get a Bizarro issue that first time I read it, I really struggled because of the way that Bizarro Superman talks. This time I really enjoyed it because I wasn't too hung up on the reverse meaning of the language and everything. Everything he says is the opposite of what he actually means, and so forth. I really enjoyed this reread of All-Star Superman without spoiling too much of the story, but this is truly a nice way, I think, to put up an ending to this character. And yeah, that's All-Star Superman. I don't even, when am I gonna put this out of frame? It held. Good. Next up we have Super Sons by Peter J. Tomasi and Jorge Jimenez, Patrick Gleason and Carlo Barberi. Let's see here. This is Super Sons, the expanded edition. So that means there was a previous one, which I also owned. And I just wanted more material, but as you know, I want to have it in oversized format if I can and if I enjoy it. This was totally worth it, of course. 12 extra issues, or maybe even more, contained within this expanded edition. But when I reread this story, I felt that I felt stronger towards the stories that I've already read once before, more so than the new issues that were included. I felt a kind of a dip, but I think that might be the nostalgia that kept those first issues up. So maybe whenever I reread this book once again, maybe I'll even enjoy those last 12 extra issues that were contained within this one. Super Sons is, of course, starring Damian Wayne and Jonathan Kent, or Jonathan Kent Jr., I guess. John. This is just a perfect book. I think it's a book that you can get into at a very young age. I think a 9 or okay, maybe 10-year-old would appreciate this type of story. I don't know, see themselves in this assassin kid and this alien super son, but I don't know. It just feels that it's more relatable to a younger audience than some other modern superhero comics are nowadays. And I love the dynamic. Of course, this is a friendship much reflective of Batman and Superman themselves. It reflects the type of same relationship between their sons, but it works very well in my opinion. This is, I think, the first Rebirth title from DC also that got this omnibus treatment. Great artwork overall. I don't know, am I gonna use this? I think I'm too panned out, so if I would turn the pages, you wouldn't see anything just because the shot is way too high. But I'll probably post some pictures in front of my face or something. I don't know. We're trying this. I read more. Here you go. So if you haven't noticed by now, I've had some sort of a Superman marathon rereading all of my Superman books. If you watched last month, you know I read a bunch as well. But here we have another Superman book, Superman the Exile and Other Stories Omnibus. Yeah, this one is not really containing... Stop looking at me.
Sorry. I'll leave you alone.
Well, now that's wall broken between us. Now she knows I'm a YouTuber, I guess, if she didn't know before. Let's see here. Superman the Exile and Other Stories. This is the build-up to the death and return of Superman. Not really that they planned that story so much ahead, maybe, but this contains a lot of, I don't know, I mean, they had a lot of good stories by Yari Ordway and others. I can't remember all of them, the writers, but it is kind of skippable after the second read, I would think. This is my second read of this. As I said, I've reread a lot of my material of Superman, and I enjoyed it thoroughly, but good comics are no longer good enough for me, so I'm actually selling this one. But I should say some good things about it. I loved the issues with Mongol and the War World tournaments that also got an adaptation into the Superman animated series, or perhaps I'm mistaken, maybe it was the Justice League series that adapted it, but still, I really got nostalgic by that story, seeing that in here. And I also liked another issue when Superman was in exile. in who knows what universe or galaxy he was in. He kind of transported with this belt and anything, so I didn't really follow that. But he entered this one planet where there were fields of wheat, as long as I can see. And as you know, Superman can see pretty far with his sight. And he just thinks that, okay, this sort of reminds me of home, so maybe I can build a life here and become a nomad of sorts. And then after a few days or weeks after he has sown and taken care of the earth there for a new harvest, this big sort of tsunami wave just reeks everything away. And he then discovers within the layers of the planet that this is not the first time that this sort of devastation has happened, and therefore he feels that he is not more connected to this earth because he can never make a living with that kind of climate. I don't know if I'm going too deep into this, but I think that would be reflective of our future earth. And I don't know what they're trying to say here, but maybe that. And at the same time, it reminded me of Interstellar by Christopher Nolan, the movie, or the director, but the movie Interstellar. And yeah, that's my favorite issue out of this book, just him discovering this planet with resources and everything, but then there's devastation just reaping over it and everything. So that's what I took out of reading Superman the Exile and other stories. And then, last but not least, I think you could say, I read Batgirl by Stephanie Brown, or with Stephanie Brown as Batgirl. It's written by Brian Q. Miller though. And we have some artwork by Dustin Nguyen and other creators. I'm sorry, I'm so bad with creative teams and everything, but this story was very solid. I actually reviewed volume 1 with Maddie from Near Mint Condition on Old Reader New Reader. I'm happy to do that again, Maddie, if you would catch this video. I don't know if you watch my videos, I hope you do, and if you have time. Solid run. I finished off volume 2 right after having discussed volume 1's. And yeah, it's a very solid read about this character, and her character arc is complete within this run, because I believe that after this, the New 52 kicked in, and she was erased from history for part-time until she was reintroduced within Batman Eternal. I thoroughly enjoyed it. She is a positive vibe within the DC universe and the Bat family itself. She is a very positive character, and she builds up a great bond together with Barbara Gordon, which is now Oracle, previously Batgirl. I love that suit. I think that is actually the one reason that I wanted to read her story, because I think that is the coolest Bat suit or Batgirl suit until the New 52 one came in. And the New 52 Batgirl is the one that I'm currently reading. That is why it's laying here on the table and loving it so far. I'm over halfway through it and probably gonna finish it up. But I'm not gonna discuss Batgirl, the New 52 run, in this video. I just want to tell you that I am reading again. I don't know how much I'll get read, but I'll hope I'll get reading soon again. Putting out those 10 or 15 volumes per month, but we'll see. Time will tell. And I just want to thank you all for staying with me during this time, and I hope to make some new videos about minimalist and collecting and how it all works together within my life and how you maybe can implement it into your life. I just want to thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in another video. Bye bye.